So now move to Mirriam Matita, University of Malawi. She's also speaking on Malawi's farm input subsidy programs, the legumes seed subsidies.
I'll be presenting one of my papers on my doctoral work. The question that I'm tackling is whether the inclusion of legume seed subsidies in the farm input subsidy program affects dietary diversity. We have heard from Helen that overall, the farm input subsidy program has no effect on dietary diversity. Now I want to take that further by unpacking, because farmers get different types of subsidies. You can either get a fertilizer coupon, and you get 2 bags of fertilizer that you can use. Secondly, you can get improved maize seed. Either you redeem open pollinated varieties or hybrid seed. Apart from that, you can also redeem a legume coupon. So you get a flexible legume coupon that can afford you to get either groundnuts, soya beans, pigeon peas, or cowpeas. So in this study, I'm looking at which specific package of the FISP program would be effective, because overall we find that it's not an effective program to support dietary diversity. And as Helen has observed, the FISP program was established with the objective of increasing productivity among farmers and incomes. But nutrition has never been a stated objective of the program. But over time, because people saw that if we continue to only promote maize, this will result in undiversified diets, and our diets will tend to be dominated by maize, and there are nutrition consequences that are affected by that. So we included legumes in the program in, I think, 2009 as one of the things that farmers can access. And over time, there has been an increase in the production of legumes, though it's still marginal, only 5% of the national crop production estimates. But the program continues to be criticized for the huge costs that it incurs, about 10% of the national budget, but also over 40% to 70% of the agricultural budget, which limits the Ministry of Agriculture's capacity to support other key functions, like, for example, extension. Whilst we're implementing this particular program, we also note that in Malawi overall, we have malnutrition, which continues to be a challenge. In that graph, I'm showing the trends over time of different indicators of malnutrition. And you can see that, for example, in 2017, about 37% of under 5 children were stunted. 12% were categorized as underweight. So malnutrition remains a challenge. So the question is, should we continue to be supporting a program that continues to only emphasize on maize, or we should be broadening the package that farmers are getting? And if we do that, is it supporting the diversity of diets in the households? So the study was looking at that specific objective of whether inclusion of legumes in the subsidy program supports dietary diversity. Secondly, whether redemption of any subsidy coupon affects dietary diversity. Previous studies have shown that input subsidies have potential to support dietary diversity. In terms of the methods, I used a panel person regression. I have used the integrated household panel survey data that is collected by the National Statistical Office in Malawi with support from the World Bank. That data is available for 2013 and 2016. So the variable DD is dietary diversity. It's defined as the count of food groups that a household consumes in the past week of the survey, and the maximum obtainable is 12 food groups. The delta T is the season variable that I accounted for to take into account when exactly was the consumption data collected in the data set. And then the FISP variable, defined as dummy variables, either you redeem any subsidy coupon, irrespective of the type of coupon, Secondly, either you redeem on a maize coupon. Thirdly, either you redeem a legume coupon, and the other alternative is a fertilizer coupon. In the models that I did run, I controlled for different variables, such as the assets, socioeconomic variables, as well as production diversity of the households. In terms of the results, as observed in the localized data set for Lilongwe and Palombe, there are variations in food consumption. We see that households on overall tended to consume cereals, vegetables. At least it was stable between the different time periods of data collection of consumption data. But we observe large swings for such food groups as meat, eggs, fish, which often you source them from the market. So the data is sensitive to seasons. For the regression results, what I find in the table there, model 1 is a regression that includes redemption of a legume coupon or maize coupon. And you can see that the Z statistic is significant for redemption of a legume coupon, meaning that a household that redeemed a legume coupon is likely to experience positive dietary diversity relative to those households that redeemed fertilizer coupon. The maize coupon was not significant in my models. In model 2, I include redemption of any subsidy coupon, irrespective whether it's maize, fertilizer, or anything else, and I find that that is not significant. In all the models, I was accounting for worth of the household in terms of the assets, the livestock that they have, whether a household is poor or not, and I find that these variables are important for the effect of this particular program on dietary diversity. Another interesting finding is on market participation. From the model results, I find that a household that sold maize experienced positive dietary diversity, meaning that whilst redeeming a maize coupon would not support dietary diversity, if a household has access to market and they sell some of their maize, they are able to improve on the number of food groups that they can consume. So the maize would be supporting dietary diversity through the market pathway, which is different from what the legume variable is doing, supporting dietary diversity through direct consumption. You can see that the legume households that sold legumes, the variables are not significant. So in conclusion, we are saying that the inclusion of legumes in the FISP program influences dietary diversity, and this was true even when we account for market access, production patterns, and seasonality. But the picture is complicated because it seems that maize is affecting dietary diversity only through the market pathway when people are able to sell some of their maize. Whereas for legumes, it's through the consumption pathway. The plan is that we'll look more into the data and try and disaggregate it further to look at maybe rural-urban differences in the data, as well as seasonal variations, so that we can get more insights and make our results more robust. But overall, we see that increasing the legume component under the FISP program has benefits for the dietary diversity. I would like to thank the Drivers of Food Choice program for supporting my work, as well as my supervisors, and the National Statistical Office for making data available. Thank you very much.